I'm John, and this is the Macbrook Show. Welcome back to the channel. This week we have an exciting lineup for you. Join us as we dive into the world of heating systems with a detailed look at a Cascade air source heat pump system. This is a brand new way of installing heat pump systems for us as a company, and it's something that we really want to get involved with because we can address a lot more larger properties and we can help a lot more people with our grant schemes. Not only that, we're going to take you on a face fitting system exercise where we'll be helping installers face fit their masks, all health and safety. You'll get to experience a day in the life of Taylor, our resident air source heat pump engineer, as he guides us through the installation process, and not only the process of installing heat pumps, but the process of getting him up out the door of a morning and how he finishes his day. And that'll be really good insight onto the day in the life of a heating engineer. But that's not all. We'll also be tagging along with Jude and Frazer as they tackle a boiler installation. And for a special little treat, we'll take you on a break from the technical side of the business to catch up with a local MMA fighter who we proudly sponsor. Get ready for some inspiring stories and some behind the scenes footage of Tariq as he trains for an up and coming fight. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. Have a great show.
So I'm Ollie, I'm here at Macbrook Gas this morning with the team. We have builders, we have engineers on site, and this is our very first Cascade system. So I'm going to walk you through from start to finish and see how we get on.
Perfect.
Hello, my name is Sean Gray. I'm the retrofit manager. My job and my department is basically we're the first boots on the ground. So when we book the appointments in, we get my surveyors out there and retrofit assessors, and their job basically is go out there, do a full retrofit survey of the property, and that's fully surveying. They're also doing tech surveys as well, so we check the loft, the cavity, we check the condition of the property, just making sure that the property is up to standard. Once all that work's done, then what happens is that the guys and myself in the office, we work the jobs. We have to work it through the scheme, so we do a pre and a post energy report, which is called an EPR. So we do a pre of where the energy rating is right now, okay, and then what we do is that we do a post, so basically we futurised it to see what sort of systems we can go in and so on and so forth. And what it does, it gives us these two scores, and this is how we score it basically through the Eco 4. Excuse me. Once that's all done and we've finalised that, we've got everything done and we've done all the packs, it goes down quite a long pipeline. So everybody, all the other people down the pipeline, they look at the photos, they look at our data as well. So it's quite important that we get it right. Okay.
So stage one of any air source heat pump install we do is survey/design, which is a key element for an efficient system to be installed correctly, designed correctly, and for it to work efficiently. So I've been to site, I've got all the details from the survey, which will include room measurements, windows, doors. I've worked out all the heat losses, okay, on the software here, which will give me heat losses for each individual room and the property as a whole. So this one in particular is around 19.2 kilowatts. On here I've also got the hot water. So again, we're sized to the occupants of the house and basically the hot water demand, okay? And then heat pump wise, in this particular install, we've used Ideal, two 10 kilowatt Ideal R290 heat pumps, which together as a Cascade will give us around 21 kilowatt, which here is obviously covered our demand of 19.2. So we're 100% covered, which is the main thing we're trying to achieve here. So with that, I've now got my heat losses, I've now got my hot water, and I've now designed and covered the heat losses. So the next stage for me, how I do it with Cascades especially, as a more of an in-depth system, is I like to sit down and do it all off a desktop. I will put together accurate floor plans of each individual room. And in this particular project, due to the sheer size of the property and the customer's demands, we've split the property into 3 separate zones, 3 separate heating zones. So again, we take into account when I'm designing. So part of the design process on here, I do some drawings which I put together of different systems, of different ways I would do it potentially. So there's one there, there's another one with the buffer, straight off the buffer. And again, I do these designs, I compare, and then I communicate with the manufacturer. So again, in this instance, Ideal. So we go back and forth with their designers. So in this particular project, I've dealt with the senior technical designer, which has helped me put together the perfect design for this particular Cascade job. Which includes obviously pipe sizing, pump sizing as well. Whether we need a buffer, we don't need a buffer. In this particular instance, we do need a buffer, again, due to the sheer size of the property and the demand. So for me personally, I always refer back to my domestic heating design guide, which I always keep to hand. And from there, I sit down and I work out my mass flow rate, my pressure loss for both pipes and for pumps. And then off that, I will get my velocity, which basically means water moving from A to B basically in the most efficient way possible and the quietest way possible. A happy medium is around 0.9. So we try and keep it within that margin between 0.5 and 1. Like I say, 0.9 is what we want to hit. It would then, like I say, give me 100% and tell me I've designed it down to the T. Okay, so from here, with my designs, will get given to the engineer on site, which this particular job is, the lead engineer is Tristan. So always to go to Tristan and the rest of the team on site, which will do a fantastic, high quality installation, which will take you through from start to finish in this episode. And at the end, we'll get a full commissioning as well and handover. So basically we've gone from right from the start, right through to the end of this first Cascade system. So hope you enjoy.
Hi, my name's Tristan. Welcome to Rufflands Farm. This is our first Cascade system and this is where we are currently at. So everything's been removed, oil boiler's been removed, electrics have been made safe. We have reconfigured the hot and colds coming through for the basin for the bathroom round there. We have rerun a waste pipe to go outside and we are now starting to run the meat of the job in terms of heating system pipe work. We aim to have a 300 litre buffer on the left hand side here with a 300 litre hot water cylinder on the right hand side here. We'll have cold mains, hot returns and balanced colds going up into the loft. We've got 3 zones going up off of a 42mm header from the buffer, and yeah, it's going to be fun. We will cut to a quick diagram that I have sort of pre-made as to help me out and keep me on track. But yeah, that's where we're at.
Right, good morning, it's Frazer here from Macbrook Gas. We're here today on a Baxi Solo 2 heat only change to ideal heat only. Go on, Jude.
Hi, I'm Ollie. I'm the supervisor here at Macbrook Gas, and today we are doing some Mould-X face fitting for our engineers, which is a major point from a health and safety point of view and a must-have to keep the guys safe when working on site. Alright, okay. So, have you had this done before?
No.
Right, okay. First of all, have a swig of water, grab a cup. Right, so I'm going to ask you to pop that on your head, okay?
Yep.
For me, with a hold at the front. And the first test we're going to do is check your sensitivity to see how sensitive your palate is. Okay, so just chemical.
Okay.
Doesn't taste great. I'm going to do one little squirt at a time, then you tell me and you can taste it. Okay? Yes, try to sit your tongue. Keep it up a little bit.
I think I can taste it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
7. That's about average, yeah? Ish. Good.
Pass.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. So the next one is, we're going medium, so I think most people are medium. So just pop this on, that bit over the back of your head,
Yep.
and then this bit around the back of your neck, it clips in. Alright? Feels okay? So the first little test is cover those filters with the palm of your hands and breathe in. That's all I can see it. That bit's gone in, so that means it's a good seal. Yeah, feels good?
Yeah.
Right, pop the hood back on for me, please. And then we're going to do a series of 30-second tests with all different movements, etc. But I'll tell you. Okay, so the first one is just normal breathing. Okay, and at any point you taste this, let me know. The objective is for you not to taste it because you've got the mask on. All right. Next one is deep breathing, 30 seconds. Okay. Okay, the next one is turning your head side to side constantly for 30 seconds. Okay. Okay, the next one, 30 seconds is head up and down constantly. Next one is talking for 30 seconds. So if you can count backwards out loud from 30 for me.
29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Brilliant. The next one, 30 seconds is bending over like that, back and forth constantly. Okay. Right, and the last one, it's 30 seconds again, back to the start, normal breathing. All good?
Yeah.
Pop it all off, mate. And then just clean that mask up for me, ready for the next person.
Morning everyone. Right, I've been set with the task of showing you what a day in the life of a Macbrook installer looks like. Started off with a shower. Don't think I was allowed to video that, so I didn't. But yeah, go make a coffee now and then be on the road for 6:15. Jeez, peeps, man, it's a hot one today. Right. Let's get in the van. And off we go. Woo. Doing my little phone call now, so get the van loaded up. Get Waze on. Normally you wouldn't have to leave at this sort of time, but one, I've got to pick up some parts, which I'll take you to, and two, the job's quite far away. So yeah, but you get paid travel time in this company, unlike other companies, so it's not too bad. Don't mind waking up early. Been day today, innit? So I've gone about 200 yards, I reckon. Wait for them to go. Come on.
A few moments later.
When the taste of your lips, I'm on the run. Your toxic, I'm slipping under taste of... Right, got to Wolseley. The only just opened, so 2 people have beat me here. Fuming. But yeah, let's get these parts, get back on the road, get to the job. Let's have it. Right, back in the van. Got the bits from Wolseley. Got free coffee as well. Happy days. What a Friday. Here we go. Next stop, the job. Right, at the job. My oh my, we've got asbestos people here today. Got 4 or 5 vans, but here we go. Let's take you through a little walk, shall we? Let's go. Shift's all done. Wow, very hot today, very hot, but we got there in the end. Customer's very happy, that's all that matters. Roll on the weekend. Right, that is me, done, back home. Thanks for watching, and yeah, enjoy the rest of the video. Vinny, say hello to everyone in Macbrook. Say hello to the Macbrook show. Come home straight to a dad cuddle, and you are not interested, are you? Hey? Oh, okay. No, not interested. Camera shy. We'll work on him.
I'm here today on site to have a little look at one of the very first Cascade systems that we've installed as a company. A Cascade system is where we'll combine 2 air source heat pumps together in order to produce enough kilowatt power to heat the home efficiently and also provide substantial hot water during the colder months where an air source heat pump works its best. I've had a little look inside and I can tell you that the work that's gone into this job is absolutely phenomenal. It's really complex and it's really tested our engineers' knowledge and skill set. I'm really, really over the moon with this job, and I'm sure you will be too.
Oh, it's beautiful. We are having a lovely time here. Yeah, and yeah, I know you're probably going to get more coming up and other people have a go in that, but yeah, I mean, I've thoroughly enjoyed this song.
See you finished, I really am.
Hello, welcome back to Rufflands. Here we have a semi-finished cupboard. We've got our 300 litre buffer in and piped. 2 flows coming in, main flow for the master coming in through on an ASHP or ASHP sort of look-alike, coming up, flowing in. Second heat pump's going to flow in, flow straight into buffer, return back this way. The idea is that the 2 heat pumps will just continue to heat the buffer to a temperature. When the buffer achieves temperature, the heat pumps will then cut out and will continue to take the heat through on the secondary side through rads. We've got our flows and returns coming through for our cylinder through here round the back. We've still got to bring these round the side here and just tie them into flows and returns on the unions. Things have been a little bit slow, but hey ho, we'll get it right. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hello, welcome back to Rufflands. As you can see, we're all complete. We've just got a tiny little bit more lagging to do on the 42mm. Run out of that, unfortunately. System's all running, everything's all commissioned and balanced. Been a bit of a slog, but really enjoyed this one. We've had a great team here. We've had a really good time. Tenants have been fantastic. So yeah, it's been really enjoyable doing this job. Let's get into a little bit of the design over it. We've been over the primary side a little bit, where we have the heat pumps running to raise buffer to temperature. This design is at 45 degrees. As soon as the buffer loses about 10 degrees DT, then the heat pumps will kick back in to regenerate the temperature within the buffer. Here we have all the secondary side. Obviously we've got our 3 zones, 3 pumps. We've got, this is basically a really large property, but really in essence it's 3 individual properties. There's a large family that live here, and some people live at the end, some people live in the middle, some people live at the back. Hence why we've got 3 zones, so they can control their individual living areas. Generally with heat pumps you don't want a zone, you want to keep everything all open loop, you want to keep the temperatures consistent throughout, but for this property we had to zone. As you can see, we've got some very large 42mm pipes coming through on this side. We have 2 10 kilowatt heat pumps in situ, Cascade system. We need the large bore pipe work to bring the velocity down. Obviously our target velocity would be about 0.9. I think for 20 kilowatts it was roughly around about a 36mm pipe to get 0.9. So we've upgraded to a 42 just to bring the velocity down a little bit, to prevent any mixing through the buffer, to ensure that we get a good thermocline through the buffer. And yeah, all gets brought out the secondary side. Again, we've started off in a bit of 42. We've then branched off to the first zone in 28, which was about an 8 kilowatt loss. We've then branched off to the second zone, which was, I think, by memory, was about a 7 kilowatt loss. And then on our third zone, it was about a 5 kilowatt loss. So we've dropped down to the 22mm there just to meet our target velocity, or as close to as possible. yeah, hot water cylinders all in place. Obviously we've got our coal main coming in, our hot pipe going out. We've got a domestic hot water return here just to prevent too much loss through the cylinder from massive draw-offs in this property. We've got obviously our balanced cold going up on the end there, which is just keeping everything restricted down to its free bar through this combination valve here. 300 litre cylinder, plenty of hot water for all the tenants here. And yeah, hopefully it'll serve them well.
So here I am at Rufflands. We're kind of more or less at the end now. A small bit of lagging left and little finishing touches. But like I say, more or less, we are completed. So I hope you enjoyed the video from start to finish. Tristan and the rest of the team here have done a really, really good job. And we'll see you on the next one.
So yeah, I've been training MMA since now, wow, like 2016. Had my first fight in 2017. I think for me, the freedom just to be me and no one be able to tell me what to do or how to do it, and you know, I had no limitations, no boundaries. I think that's what really really got it for me. You know, MMA is as free as it can be, and I was never one of them kids in school that could sit still and do any of that stuff. So you know, MMA was perfect for me. A traditional week in fight camp will normally be 2 sessions a day, sometimes 3, but normally two Monday to Saturday. You know, we cover all bases. We cover striking, we cover grappling, we cover wrestling, we cover sparring, boxing sparring, MMA sparring, strength and conditioning, sprints. So there's a lot to do. But we get it done. I think for me, the most proud moment was coming back from my first professional loss. You know, as you can imagine, to lose as a professional athlete, you know, it's probably one of the hardest things I've been through. So to pick myself up from that and change the dynamics and control what I could control in order to make sure I never lost again and I won was probably the proudest moment for me, because a lot went into that. How do I mentally prepare for a fight? I think most of it is done in the 8 weeks leading up to it, to be honest. You know, this is now, you know, this July 12th is going to be my 7th professional fight. So it's not my first one. You know, I've done it a few times now. So I've had the ups and downs. I've experienced the, you know, the good stuff, the bad stuff. So yeah, I feel like I'm in a position now where I know what I'm doing, and you take the rough with the smooth. Nevertheless, you just keep moving forward. Okay, yeah, my sponsorship from Macbrook, man, it started being super honest. It was me, John, and Ethan having a coffee in Costa. I managed to catch him. Obviously, John's a very busy man, you know, very successful business. So yeah, I caught him. We had a coffee. We had a great chat. We were in there for hours, me, him, and E. I told him what I wanted to do. and he was right behind me, and he's been right behind me ever since that coffee. Yeah, without Macbrook and Gas, I definitely wouldn't be here. Really and truly, he was one of my most supportive sponsors from the beginning. And yeah, man, without him, without John, without Caroline, without the team at Macbrook, all the positivity and the support I get, you know, there's nothing they don't help me out with. So, you know, I'm real grateful to have them with me every step of the way. Yeah, I don't think you know, when you're trying to achieve greatness, and I think John will agree with me on this. John and Caroline, they would definitely agree with me. There's no balance. There's no such thing as balance. When you're trying to do big things, when you're trying to succeed, and when you're trying to really strive to get to, you know, the top level, there's no balance. It has to be all commitment. You know, all in on it, 100%. So yeah, I don't think there's too much balance going on until I get to where I want to get to. Yeah, I think for me, if there's a certain fighter that I respect, it's probably Ilia Topuria. You know, I'm gonna sound like I'm jumping on a bandwagon, but I like that guy. You know, he fought in Cage Warriors, obviously. You know, like myself. Then he went to Brave and he got in the UFC from there. So I knew about him from Cage Warrior time, and then he got in the UFC, and you know, you see what he did. He subbed the first guy. You know, he's carried everyone else. You know, and that style, I feel like it's the same as my style. You know. You go in there, we're going to take the head off. That's it. There's no shots for points, or I'm not trying to win 3 rounds. I'm trying to blow your head off. Yeah, if I had any, any advice for the younger generations, whether that be younger fighters or athletes or people trying to get into a career, it would be, I think, just keep moving forward. I think, because figure out what you want to do, which is hard enough in itself. Figure it out, and then just keep moving forward. You have setbacks, you have things that don't go well. It's never smooth. You know, John will tell you that. John will definitely back me up on that. It's never a straight path, man. There's ups and downs, but you ride the wave. You ride the wave, man. You'll get to where you want to get to. All right, guys, that's the Macbrook show complete for this week. I'm fighting this Saturday, July 12th. If you're free, come on down and come watch me put on a performance of my life.
Thanks for watching this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed our look at the Cascade air source heat pump system, the boiler install with Jude and Frazer, and our chat with the local MMA fighter we sponsor. If you liked the video, you know what to do. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for future episodes. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ollie. I want to no, scrap that. Next.
That's when you're ready.
Right, good morning, it's Frazer here from Macbrook Gas. We're here today on a Baxi Solo 2 heat only change to ideal heat only. Go on, Jude.
If you want, you can introduce yourself first.
We'll be recording now, yeah?
Yeah, we are, yeah.
Hi. Hello, welcome back to Rufflands. I'm coming through without having a calculator. We'll have to pause there and then come back. Go, do it.
In order to be able to produce enough kilowatt power to produce heat. Now, too many producers.
Yeah, there's a lot of producers.
Hi, no. I'm on site today to have a look at one of the first.
Married now, that your dreams came true.
Because there's people in there, I won't film in there. Just gets awkward, doesn't it? Plumbers don't want to be on camera. Ain't that right, Brandon? Hey? Plumbers don't want to be on camera.